Today on the channel, Jabba the Hutt, Han Solo, Power of the Force. Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another daily Star Wars unboxing. And today we got a special one. We got Jabba the Hutt and Han Solo from the Power of the Force collection. But remember, for all your modern day needs Star Wars collections, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description below. But today we're talking about Jabba, old school 90s Jabba. And to be honest, I've never had this, never held it in my hands. I've seen pictures, obviously the glamour shots here. Been around for a long time, but I never picked this one up. As a kid, I did not like how they reimagined Jabba the Hutt into the special edition Star Wars movies around this time. I always thought Jabba looked way too CGI-ish, I guess, which he was, but it just did not fit into the movie. It did not fit into how I pictured Jabba and how we saw Jabba in the original trilogy before the special editions came. So I passed on this, and I said, you know what, my old school Kenner version that I had when I was a really young kid, I can use that as my Jabba. This one doesn't count for me. And I still feel a lot of those same prejudices, I guess we would call it, over the special edition CGI Jabba. I just don't like how he looks. That's how this one looks for the figure-wise, at least in the packaging. We'll see when we open it up. But that's my thoughts. You guys tell me your thoughts. Were you the same boat as me? You didn't like the CGI version of Jabba. I like the old school Jabba that we had in the original trilogy. That's just me. So we'll see. I'm going to try to look at new eyes at this and give you my honest thoughts, I guess, on this Jabba. Han Solo, we've got a lot of Han Solos. Don't really need the Han Solo. I don't know if anybody was buying this necessarily for the Han Solo. But we'll talk about that one too once we get them unboxed. So let's take a look like we always do. We'll look at the packaging, unbox it, and we'll go from there. So let's look at the packaging first. That very familiar green hue color we get. You got Han Solo in the window box. You got Jabba slithering around behind him. You got their names there. You got the Star Wars Power of the Force logo at the top with the Darth Vader helmet right next to it. And on the side, you got another little glamour shot there. Not terrible. Jabba the Hutt and Han Solo. I got the same thing on the other side. There it is. On the top, you got a little glamour shot with a little background. I don't know if that background comes with this. I guess we'll see once we get it open. Same thing over here. And then on the back, you got some promotions, you got a glamour shot, you got a little file card, all kinds of stuff. There it is on the back. Let's see what it says about this pack. Jabba the Hutt, height 1.75 meters, length 3.9 meters. Homeworld, easy for me to say, Nal Hutta. Vehicle of choice, the Ubra Khan sail barge. One of my biggest collecting regrets. I wasn't really going down the 3 3/4 scale Star Wars when the sail barge was coming. I was even thinking about pre-ordering back then, but I was like, that much money, I don't collect them. I don't need them. Now I have some serious regrets. I wish I would have got that sail barge, but what do you do? Too late now. Weapon of choice, assassins and bounty hunters. So he doesn't use his own weapons. He hires some assassins. He hires some bounty hunters. This is from the exciting new scene from the Star Wars Special Edition. So there you go. That's exactly what I was talking about. Didn't like that a lot. And then, like I said, they're promoting all the other action figures and stuff. But let's get to it. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see. Did I make a wise decision waiting 20 plus years to pick this up? See you later. There's old Han in the cardboard prison. We'll break him out here shortly. Let's get them all out here. You got his blaster in its own little baggie. I mean, this goes back. We talk about it all the time, the extra care they would take with these figures. Han getting his own blaster baggie. It's just crazy for this 1 penny worth blaster. There it is right there. Uh-oh, better. And then, of course, Han, he's got to be buckled in. They're all buckled in. Everything's buckled in the Star Wars galaxy here. Oh, and he fell right out. So I guess we'll look at Han first. I don't hate this Han at all. When I think of Han, this is kind of how I think of him. The gun is a little bit big for the figure, I think, but that's kind of how it was back in the mid-90s. I mean, that's a huge gun. It's bigger than his head. But there's Han. Usual white undershirt, the vest, the blue pants, the Han blaster. So it's a solid Han. If you don't have a Han, hey, you're in luck. You got one here with Jabba. It's kind of a freebie, because if you're buying this, you're buying it for Jabba. You're not buying it for Han. By this point, you probably have a couple of different Han figures out there. Can I get him out? There it is. I think he's free. I think we've freed the Hutt. No, we have not. He's got more. You know, they got to buckle him in. He's got to be buckled in. He's a big figure. He's got to be really buckled in. Now he's free. All right. Now let's get down to business. Let's get down to the brass tacks. Let's get down to the see you later. Miss the garbage. Oh, well. All right. So I've never touched this. I've never seen this in person. And honestly, first off, I don't think I'm missing a whole lot. He's falling, pieces falling off. Oh, there they go. I don't know. So when I think of Jabba the Hutt, I think of the old school Kenner Jabba the Hutt, where it's this length, but he's turned sideways. When I picture my Jabba the Hutt, I don't picture him in this snake kind of motion, forward facing. It was really weird in the special edition movies. I always thought it was strange. Didn't make sense to me. I don't know if it should have made sense. I don't know. But to me, Jabba is on his side, sitting up on his throne. It just seems weird to see Jabba moving around. And, you know, when the special editions came out, Jabba seemed so much smaller and thinner when they showed him walking along Han. It didn't go with Return of the Jedi, where you're used to this big Jabba sitting on that big throne. Yeah, maybe he gained some weight over time. I don't know. It just always seemed weird. I don't like the looks of this. Obviously, this is a younger Jabba. I guess it must be. It's from an earlier incarnation. But you turn his body, you got that whip tail feature. If you guys remember the old school one from the early 80s, same type of thing. You could move his tail a little bit with a switch. I just wish this was turned more. Instead of more snake-like is what he's like in this one. So, I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I don't like the coloring. It does look like the CGI, so I guess that's good. If you're looking for that, that's what this represents. This is what it looks like. It is what it is. I guess I'm happy I got it after all these years, as Jabba's one of my favorite characters. You guys know I love the Rancors, the Wampas, the Jabbas, the Sarlacc pits. Give me a big Sarlacc pit. I need that one of those days. Not terrible. It is, though. As far as all the Jabbas I've ever owned, this is my least favorite. We'll compare it to some other ones down the line when we open up some other Jabbas on the channel, so stay tuned for that. We'll compare a little Jabba comparison. We'll do video. But it is what it is. For $10, this is worth my $10 purchase I paid for this. I don't know if it's worth a whole lot more than that. You guys tell me your thoughts on this Jabba. Are you all in on this Jabba? It's just not my Jabba. It's not my Jabba. I almost wouldn't mind using this as like Jabba's son or a different Hutt family member in my decorations of my displays and stuff. I'll use that big Black Series Jabba. Let's pull that out right now. We'll use him right now. This is the best Jabba. When I think of Jabba, he's on his side like this. He's big, he's bad. That's Jabba the Hutt. This, I guess it represents a younger version of Jabba. It's just not my Jabba. This is my Jabba. This is the best Jabba of all time from the 6-inch Black Series. If I could only own one Jabba, it's going to be this one all day long. Obviously, this is for the 6-inch scale. This is 3 3/4. But it is what it is. I absolutely love this Black Series Jabba. But you guys tell me your Jabba thoughts. Did you pass on this one? This one just always looked goofy to me. Not a lot's changed in all these years. It still looks weird to me. I'm still not used to that CGI Jabba. It just does not look right. And it's represented perfectly in form here. But I don't like it in the movie screen. I really don't like it in figure form either. But like I said, you guys tell me. And while you're here, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As you guys know, we got Star Wars unboxings every single day. And then some. So for the Jabba the Hutt brothers, Han Solo, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.